Joining us now, four-time Grammy-winning rapper Lil Wayne joins us at the desk. Good to see you. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome back. It's been too long.
Well, exactly, Steve.
My man, what's going on, bro?
How you doing, Steve? Good.
All right, man.
I actually requested to come here.
Did you? Thank you.
Yes, I told Cortez. I was like, I need to get back.
We're happy to have you. I got to start with some.
I only got one request, Lil Wayne.
What's that?
I need you to speak up because I can barely hear you. That's all I ask.
I got you.
That's all
brother.
I ask.
I got you.
All right.
You sound like
I got to hear what you're saying to make sure that you ain't agreeing with Skip too much. I got to hear what you're saying.
I
He
got
doesn't
you.
want you getting contaminated.
I got you.
Wayne, I'm going to start with a quote. Some disappointing news. It's difficult to lose a guy like that in a meaningless game. Those are the words of Aaron Rodgers after we heard Jordy Nelson might have torn his ACL. That's what they're fearing. You're a Packers fan. I can only imagine how you feel. How big of a hit is this for your squad?
It's very big. It's very big. Jordy Nelson is, phenomenal. And but also the next man up is Randall Cobb. So we'll be all right. Yeah.
Think so? As good?
If not as good, maybe better. Just because that's the way we play. And the next man up mentality means you have to step up.
Okay.
And no matter, so that means if you already know the ability, I think you know the ability of this player, that ability should be heightened.
Yeah.
Well, Lil Wayne, when you say next man up or we'll be all right, what do you mean you'll be all right? Is that your way of saying that the Green Bay Packers are the team you've got favored to go to the Super Bowl?
Steven, the Green Bay Packers are the team I have favored to go to the Super Bowl every year.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Every year. Is that every year? See, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know. You told that to Skip. I don't recall you saying that.
Yes, I am a very, very big Green Bay Packers fan.
And explain how that happened, because obviously you grew up in New Orleans, so you do have some Saints in your blood a little bit, right?
Yes.
But you became a Packers fan. How?
My father, my late father, Reginald McDonald, he attended that Super Bowl game. They came to New Orleans. I think it was like '95 or something like that. That was the first Super Bowl that he was, in that of my time that I was able to see. So Pops came home. The Packers won. Pops came home with Packers everything, cups, towels, and I was trying to explain to him on the last show. And I was trying to tell him, see, when you're from the hood, trying to tell them those cups and those towels, they don't get put aside and say, oh, remember that game. No, they get put with the real towels. So therefore you bathe and use those towels every day, and those cups are used every day. So therefore I had to use a Green Bay Packers cup, a Green Bay Packers towel every day. So when the Madden game came out that year, Brett or somebody like that was on the cover, and I was a Green Bay fan forever.
And your Saints love is weird compared to your Packers love.
There's no comparison.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, listen, I can't blame you because you know how I feel about the bad man that is Aaron Rodgers, who to me is the best, without question. But I will ask you this question. When you say you have no love, is it because of your love for the Packers, or is it because the New Orleans Saints, for the most part, have disappointed you, dare I say?
Hold on. I did not say.
You didn't say no love.
I have no love.
I asked. It's a question. It's a question.
I said there was no comparison. Now, if you want me to elaborate on that, I'll do so.
Okay.
What I meant was, there's no comparing the two. I'm a Green Bay Packers fan when it comes to sports, and when it comes to loving your sport, this is my sport. I'm a Green Bay Packers fan, and then there's no comparing it because of at heart. I'm going to represent the Saints because that's hometown. But when it comes to sports, laying it down on the line, I'm a Packers fan.
How much flack over the years have you taken from New Orleans residents over that stance that you just espoused?
I don't take a lot because the Packers always been good. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you like a team that ain't doing it, then of course everybody, I'm a Laker fan. So obviously you know what I hear now. So yeah.
We'll get into that later.
We will definitely get into that. Well, I'm a Tom Brady fan, and I want your view of what he is going through with Deflategate. Where do you stand on all that you've heard and read up to this point?
Honestly, Skip, I believe that when I read it and when I hear anything about it, First of all, I'm like, not again. And second, I'm like, are you serious? Like, are we really talking about like the ball? What can that do to help this guy be as great as he is? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. And right when you get Aaron, the greatest quarterback, come out and say, well, I like my balls a certain way as well.
He likes his overinflated.
Yes, yeah. I'm like, is this really a problem? Something that we should be talking about.
So you think it's a bad look for the NFL?
It's 2015. There ain't nothing the NFL could do about it. As soon as something get out, it's out. And we're going to speculate, we're going to scrutinize, it's out.
How do you think it will end?
I just think it'll blow over. I don't know what would the consequence with all that would be. I just think as far as the media and the general it'll blow over. We'll get tired about it. We'll get
or a new story.
Once the season start, there goes the real stories. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I do have a question. I know you are of the position, are you kidding me? What does that have to do with Tom Brady's greatness? And I totally agree with you.
I know.
But I would ask this question. Do you believe that Tom Brady knew nothing about the footballs being deflated?
I don't believe that. I don't believe
You don't believe what?
I don't believe that he knew nothing about the footballs being deflated.
So you're saying that he must have known something?
I believe he knew something.
Okay, so by the letter of the law, should he sit for X games, 1 game, 2 games?
That right there, I have no answer for. I am no judge.
Okay.
What I also want to answer Steve, because I mean, put it like Steve, if you've been making my coffee, if that's your job to make my coffee every day, you ain't about to just on your own. If you know I like 6 sugars, you ain't about to just on your own put 7 sugars. Just on your own, I think he might want 7 sugars today.
So in other words, if those footballs were being deflated and those equipment managers or whomever it was decide that they're going to deflate the footballs, you're not trying to hear that they did something that he did not know they were doing.
I pulled somebody aside and told him, I think I might want it a little sweeter.
Right.
I might want it a little sweeter. Let me get like 11 sugars next time.
Well, see, that's the whole point, Lil Wayne, because that's what I've been trying to talk to Skip about, because Skip is of the position that he believes Tom Brady is totally innocent. And I've been trying to say to Skip, make the argument that it's much ado about nothing, and I'm with you. But don't tell me that he knew absolutely, positively nothing, that he's completely oblivious to what's going on. I just think it's much ado about nothing, but I don't think that he was completely ignorant to everything that happened.
I stand.
Okay, well, I don't. I think he knew absolutely nothing. Now, to use your analogy, what if your manager Cortez decided to put 7 or 8 sugars in your coffee because he thought that was best for you? I'm getting back to who is the head coach of the team. Maybe the head coach had some knowledge of it. I do not think the quarterback had any knowledge of it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
For you.
For me. Yeah. Okay. All right. Back to your field of expertise, the entertainment field.
Skip, we are talking about the footballs, though. He has to throw those footballs.
Well, by the way, with properly inflated footballs, he only torched the Colts in the second half and then was the MVP of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's all he did.
Okay,
nobody's questioning that. Okay. Don't change the narrative, Skip. Nobody's questioning that.
All
right, I'm going to
Nobody's questioning that. We just saying that he had to know something. That's all.
I really am interested in your view of this. Straight Outta Compton has dominated the box office now for 2 straight weekends. Just absolutely annihilated the competition, including Mission Impossible, whatever number it is. Your thought, have you seen it?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, and you thought?
The movie was amazing. The movie was amazing. I was a huge NWA fan, and
did it inspire you?
I walked away from the movie feeling like I've never rapped a word in my life. I felt like a fan. I was just like, wow. I was like, wow, that was a real good story.
So it rang completely true to you?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, everything about it just was, come on. I was like, there's so many small things in there, and I think I was only able to peep those things, given the fortunate position I'm in myself. There was small things in there that I was like, wow, you can't write that in the script. That has to be real.
Like what?
To me, a small thing like when the Rodney King thing, when Eazy-E was sitting next to his woman, and he was watching the verdict for the cops, he cried. I said, that's something that's so specific that I'm not gonna tell them, hey, make sure I cry when the cops get a verdict on it. I believe that had to happen. He may have not cried, but he had to have some kind of feeling. With that said, at that time, if you would have asked me, do you think Eazy-E care about the verdict, I would have said no. I don't think he know what the verdict is. You know? So.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who cried once the Rodney King verdict came down. A whole bunch of people.
I did. I was young. I remember the people in the room, in the living room where I was at. I remember everybody being quiet and looking back at me like, what you crying for? Because I was so young. I remember that. Yeah.
Wow. I saw a bunch of older folks crying too.
Yeah.
Well, Wayne, we're just getting started with you. We got to talk about the Lake Show coming up. You ready?
Do we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. There's a
Why
lot
don't we
to
just say?
discuss
Why don't we
with
just
Lakers,
say
Stephen
the
A.
lake? Why don't we just say the lake? To say the lake show implies that there's a show,
right now. Yeah,
and I don't recall a show existing with the Lakers. I don't recall that in recent memory. I just
don't. Your Knicks, because we don't have time for that. More first take after
Molly,
the break.
Molly, why don't you take vacation? Why don't you go on vacation?
You mean like the Knicks did?
We welcome Grammy-winning rapper and friend of the show, Lil Wayne, back to the desk. And your squad, Kobe Bryant, he celebrated his 37th birthday on Sunday and posted the following on Instagram. First day back on the court, shooting about damn time. All right, let's get right to it, Wayne. Are Kobe and the Lakers, I don't know if we're calling them the Lake or Lake Show at this point, after that earlier, courtesy of Stephen A., are they a playoff team this year?
I definitely see them as
in the West, the Wild Wild West.
The Wild Wild West, but I definitely see them as trying their hardest, you know. And you never know if you're really whoever you are, I don't care what team you are, you go out there every night and and play your hardest. Anything's possible.
What percentage of the great Kobe will we see this year at age 37?
I'm not sure what percentage of the quote-unquote great Kobe we will see, but I can tell you right now what percentage of Kobe we will see is 100% at all times.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
When are people going to stop lying to the public and lying to themselves by telling folks, as long as you play hard, anything's possible? Is it possible for the Sacramento Kings to win the championship? Really? Is it? How about I don't know. Pick what? How about the Minnesota Timberwolves? Is it possible for them to win the ring this year? Really? I mean, could we stop with the nonsense, Lil Wayne? I mean, could you stop sitting up there? Listen, let's not lie to the viewing public in the nation, okay? You know, listen, everything ain't possible. You understand? I mean, look, hey, Skip, I like football. Can I go out there and throw and be a quarterback in the NFL if I work really hard? Hell no, I can't do it, okay? You just can't, everybody can't do everything.
Let me answer the question again, Mr.
Go ahead, Lil Wayne. Go ahead.
Do I see the Lakers being a playoff team this year? Yes, I do.
Thank you for clarifying that.
I do. Not because if they play hard enough, and not because they have Kobe Bryant and they have players on the team that's ready to win and ready to play. And anything's possible, Mr. Smith.
I will consider. Whoa. Don't say anything. See, you were doing fine until you threw in anything. Okay. Here's the thing: if Kobe Bryant is 100%, and if Kobe Bryant can play at a level we saw him playing at a couple of years ago, because even everybody's looking at the fact that his 20th year in the league, they're not looking at the fact that he pretty much has been going the last 2 years. So that wear and tear on his body hasn't been taking place the last couple of years.
Exactly.
So if Kobe Bryant can do what we've seen him do, I agree with you. But it will take that in order for them to make the playoffs in the Western Conference. It will take Kobe being great. Being good ain't good enough.
Exactly.
He's going to have to be great for the Lakers to get to the playoffs.
Okay, now, with that said, I wouldn't say you go tell him that. I wouldn't go say I go tell him that. I already know who's telling him that. That person he wakes up and see every morning in that mirror.
Okay. And you're always great on
not.
this. Yeah, I hear you.
What'd you say?
I would love to see that.
I said I hope not, because that's only due to my my social life. I don't want to be in San Antonio and Cleveland and you. I mean, give me some other city other than one. I mean, one of them need to be out.
He's
not
going
both.
for Miami,
Even though San Antonio is a better travel option than Oklahoma
I
City.
didn't even think about it like that. So you're right.
We're focused on the game over here.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
You've always been great about this. Project one of the rookies to be the best. Who of that group, Jaleel and Towns, and we could go down the list. You've always had a good view, a deep view of, do you see one of those kids you think will end up being a big star?
I believe the Towns kid. I believe the Towns kid. I believe it's hard. I believe he has his head right, and I also believe that his natural talent will be. I believe he has the will to be sculpted and to be coached and to be. I think he walk on the court. He walk into somebody. He walk into the locker room. He walk into the practice floor with that. I don't know what I can do, Coach. You show me what I can do.
So see, the Timberwolves could win it all next year, right?
No, I just told you he can be great. Yeah.
He was just teasing, because anything is possible.
Yeah.
Hey, Stephen A.
Anything is not possible. Stop that.
We're teasing.
You know, I kind of like DeMarcus Cousins. I don't know. DeMarcus
I love
Cousins.
DeMarcus Cousins is the best big man in basketball.
You got it.
DeMarcus Cousins is the best big man in basketball. It ain't about him. But I didn't mean to even say Sacramento. I was actually thinking Minnesota.
Okay.
Little Wayne, thank you so much for being here with
Thanks
us.
for having
We appreciate it.
All right, way to go.
By the way, Flip Saunders, God bless him. Hope he restores, gets back to 100% health. Yeah. But Sam Mitchell needs to be the head coach for that team. Flip Saunders needs to go upstairs and be the president.
Fair enough.
Just a thought.
After the break, USC head coach Steve Sarkisian is in hot water after some comments he made recently. You'll hear what he had to say when we come back. This is First Take.